Calling the Bristol 2-meter net. Calling the Bristol 2-meter net. This is N4NT. Name is Adam, and I will be net control station for this session. Is there any emergency or priority traffic? The Bristol 2-meter net meets each Tuesday at 9 p.m. on the 146.67 repeater. This net is affiliated with the Amateur Radio Emergency Service, the National Traffic System, and the Bristol Amateur Radio Club. All amateurs are welcome to check into the net. Are there any announcements or bulletins for the net? Okay, I'll make a quick announcement. Just a reminder that I am running a net logger session for the net if anyone would like to join in and follow along, and also broadcasting live on YouTube, and that video will be available after the net as well. If you want to check your audio, just go to the club's YouTube page or the club's Facebook page for the link to the YouTube page. Okay, is there any formal or informal traffic for the net? Okay, at this time we'll now take check-ins from any mobile or portable stations with or without traffic. Please call.
WE4AWJ, Emmett and Bristol.
W4JH, Jack in Bristol. I'll be in and out, please, this evening, Adam.
W4FX.
N4KZS, mobile on the road and tiny.
KL1ZA, Jim here in Bristol, Tennessee.
Okay, net recognizes WE4AWJ Emmett. We'll come back to you for some comments. W4JH Jack, got you in and out. Thanks for checking in tonight. Lonnie, W4FXO, Gary, N4KZS, and Jim, KL1ZA. We'll be back to you all for some comments. Any other mobile or portable, please call.
KT4SQ, Dale.
Okay, Dale, KT4SQ got you on the list. Let's go ahead and we'll start working down the list here before we take some more check-ins. Up first we have WE4AWJ. Good evening, Emmett.
Well, good evening, Adam, and everybody on the net, and everybody listening in. This is WE4AWJ. Well, it's been a hot day, and I finally got the mowing done late this afternoon. But it's still pretty hot, even though the sun set. And that's pretty much all I've done, besides taking care of the wife. It's good to hear Lonnie again. Hi, Lonnie. Good to hear you in there. And it's good to hear everybody else. And so everybody have a good week, and we'll catch you all later. So we'll turn it back to net control. This is WE4AWJ.
Okay, Emmett, thanks for checking in, and I hope you're enjoying that new radio. Anything I can do to help you with it, just let me know. And up next we had Jack in and out, so up next we have W4FXO. Good evening, Lonnie.
Okay, Adam. I'll check it in to keep us status up, I guess.
Okay, Lonnie. Well, we're glad to have you checking in, and appreciate you stopping by. I drove through your neighborhood today and saw the front door was open, and I was getting ready to stop and come knock, and they give me a call about that time, and it the city went haywire after that, so I never got the chance to come back by. But I'll definitely try to get by there. Did you have anything additional?
No, that's it, Adam.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. We're glad to have you checking in. Good to hear you. All right, up next we got Gary in 4KZS. Good evening, Gary.
Well, good evening, Adam, and everyone's checked in so far, I've heard on there. Just coming from another meeting up the other side of Bristol, and almost home here, Costanet Mobile. But good to hear everyone, and good to hear you, Lonnie, checking in. And anyway, Adam, I was going to tell you, I received a sizable yesterday from Chattanooga. You probably know who it's from. But anyway, just Pastor 73 to everyone in 4KZS back in the control.
Okay, Gary, appreciate you checking in. Appreciate the information. Yeah, I know who you're talking about there, and he posted about that on our Facebook page a while back. I need to go in and put that on the top as an announcement, so it'll show up there for a while. But certainly appreciate the information. Appreciate that. All right, let's see. We've got up next KL1ZA. Good evening, Jim.
Good evening, Adam, and everyone on the net. Just wanted to say hi and let everyone know how hot it was today when I was painting my front porch. We had a little bit of work done on it a few years back, and finally decided to paint it all one color. So there you go. It looks presentable now, and I've got the next couple of days off from the city, so I'm enjoying my vacation by working on my house. And Lonnie, it's good to hear from you again. 73KL1ZA.
Okay, Jim. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, I was on your street yesterday for a wasn't insignificant incident. Let's put it that way. And I didn't make it by there today, though. I was everywhere else, but I didn't make it by there, so I didn't get to see you painting your porch. But maybe I'm pulling an extra shift tomorrow. Maybe I'll swing through the neighborhood and drive real slow or something and honk at you. Good to hear you and appreciate you checking in. Up next, we've got KT4SQ. Good evening, Dale.
Good evening, Adam, and all of that. I just want to make a quick report that I was on 15 meters on the last hour and talked to close to New York City on 15 meters. Just kind of a crazy opening because 15 hasn't been open for a couple of weeks. But anyhow, thank you very much. Back to the net. This is KT4SQ.
Okay, Dale, thanks for checking in. Yeah, I got on 15 probably when you were talking about there a couple weeks ago, and of course I mostly was working FT8 and picked up a few extra states that I didn't have on that band, and made quite a few contacts. But I was having a conversation recently with somebody online about quiet bands when the seems like there's nothing out there. Tell them go ahead and put the CQ out. You never know who'll come back, and that happened for me one time. I worked the Falcon Islands on 160 one night because it was dead quiet, and I just threw my call out. But so you never know. But appreciate the report there. All right, that brings us to the bottom of the list. At this time, we're going to open it up for any and all check-ins. Any stations, please call now.
WD4JJ, Jim.
Okay, Jim, WD4JJ got you on the list. Any other stations?
Net Control, please check in. KD4 CCO, Dallas and Bristol.
Net Control, please check in Kilo November 4, Husker Uniform Yankee, Robert Uniform.
Okay, KD4CCO, Dallas got you on the list, and KN4OUI, Robert got you on the list. Any other stations? Okay, we'll go back up for some comments. WD4JJ, good evening, Jim.
Good evening, Adam, and 4NT and the group, WD4JJ. Well, looks like we got a pretty good group there this evening. Well, I'll just comment on the weather, too. It went to 91 over here. Another hot one, and I don't see hopes of it cooling down any for a while either from the looks of everything. Hopefully get a little rain. Boy, we need rain. It's dry, so they say we're going to get some maybe starting tomorrow afternoon, so we'll see. Well, I mowed yesterday, and like I said, man, it's dry. I was piddling around out here this afternoon under the shade tree. I pulled my work up under the shade tree this afternoon. I was redoing my timbers around my tree there where I feed my birds. Boy, there was a cool breeze there. I wish I could just pull everything else up under that tree, but I just can't figure out how to do it. All of you have a good day and stay cool. WD4JJ back to that.
Okay, Jim, appreciate you checking in, and yeah, I definitely understand the heat. Seemed like we were getting plenty of rain there for a while, and then all of a sudden it stopped. I pulled the sprinkler up that I had next to my garden, thinking I didn't need it, and then go on vacation, come back, and some of my plants are looking kind of wilted. I'm going to have to put that thing back out there if it doesn't rain soon. But good to hear from you tonight. And up next, we've got KD4CCO. Good evening, Dallas.
Well, good evening, Adam, and everybody on the net, especially to Lonnie, who we haven't heard on the net for quite a while. I hope you're enjoying that new radio. I've not much going on. I'm like everybody else. I've been doing a lot of yard work because of the rain. Now the rain's quit, and the grass is slowing down. So, like Jim said, we'll probably get some rain tomorrow out of this thing from the depression down in the Gulf, finally making its way up this way, I guess. So anyway, 73 to everybody, and we'll turn it back to net control. This is KD4CCO.
Okay, Dallas, appreciate you checking in, and yeah, that's one good thing about it is I haven't had to mow because I really don't have time the way I work. So I get one day off this week, and it'll probably be the day everybody's talking about it's going to rain, and you know how that'll go. But good to have you checking in. And up next, we've got Robert, the guy that's been activating the parks here lately, KN4OUI. Good evening.
Good afternoon, Adam. Yeah, I've been giving it a shot at activating the parks, but the bands aren't working with me. Today I got out and 20 meters was wide open. And I threw my call out and had several people calling back at me, and I talked to a fellow out of New York and got all his information, got him in the book, and the band just like that went away. So didn't have any other luck, but had fun at it anyway. KM4OUI 73.
Okay, Robert, thanks for checking in, and I know what you mean there. I check into a couple nets that they'll run a daytime 20-meter net, and I use this net logger program, and there'll be a bunch of check-ins, and I'll hear all these good signals, so I put them over in the signal report for later when I get my turn, and then try to go back to them, and the band's dead, and you can't hear them. So it's just crazy the way it works out. All right, that's the bottom of the check-in list so far. Is there any other stations that would like to check in? Please call.
Kilo 4 X-ray Mike November, Chris in Bristol.
Kilowatt 4 Echo, Juliet, Quebec, Bucky, beautiful downtown Blountville.
Okay, Chris, K4XMN, got you on the list, and Bunky, K4EJQ. Any other stations like to check in? Net control, check in and out, Kilo November 4, Mike Whiskey Romeo, chasing over in Johnson City, Tennessee. Okay, chasing KN4MWR, got you on the list there, in and out. Appreciate you checking in. Really good signal from Johnson City. Any other station, please call. Okay, let's go back for comments. Our normal or usual, whichever word you want to use there, net control, K4XMN. He's playing hooky tonight, so we got you checked in. Good evening, Chris.
And for ENT, K4XMN. Yeah, I appreciate you picking up the net, Adam. We just got back from a Eagle ceremony tonight at Scouts, and they ran over a little longer than normal, and so not much else going on, and still trying to shake this crud. Went back to the doctor today, and man, she laid it on me with the meds, I'm telling you. Another round of antibiotic and inhaler and all kinds of other stuff, so hopefully this will knock it out of me and I can get back to feeling better and being normal again, so, or my somewhat normal. But not much else going on here, just trying to stay as cool as possible and staying out of this heat, so not much else to report here, so appreciate you picking the net up for me tonight, and we'll pick it up next week. Saving 3 and have a good evening there. K4XMN.
Okay, Chris, no problem. Anytime. And I did see you drive by me today. I just kind of caught you out of the corner of my eye. And then I think my phone went off a few minutes later there. So I was wondering if that was you, and that confirmed it. So yeah, it's good to see you there. All right, up next we've got Bunky, K4EJQ. Good evening, Bunky.
Good evening, Adam. Group, say good evening to everybody. Question for Dallas, KD4CCO.
Go ahead.
Dallas, I was just wondering if you're going to be giving that presentation that you mentioned several weeks ago about the pros and cons of the different digital modes and repeaters and whatnot. Are you going to be able to give that anytime soon? Over.
Well, we'll have to plan it. I did not schedule it. I thought I'd check with Adam on that and do it based on his requirements. We need to get some equipment together too, and we'll have to do that. I don't know if we can make the next meeting or not. In fact, I don't even know if we want to do it on the next meeting. I think it's already scheduled. But we'll do it, but at least in the next 2 months. I'll put it that way. How's that sound?
It sounds like a winner, Dallas. By the way, have you taken up residence pretty much up at the campground there around the base of Mount Rogers? Over.
Well, if I had my say so, I'd just live up there. It's a whole lot cooler, 15 to 20 degrees cooler up there than it is where I at home right now, which is where I am. But yeah, we like to go up there. That's our favorite camp spot.
Roger. Okay. Well, that's about all I've got for the net. It's good to hear W4FXO in there, Lonnie. I'm hoping that Spotted Owl still tastes like chicken to you. And with that, I'll say 73 to everybody and turn it back to net control. And for NT, K4EJQ. Thank you, guys.
Okay, Bunky, thanks for checking in. And yeah, I know we got the next couple meetings covered as far as programs, but we definitely want to set that up so we can at the next meeting. Or well, he said you may not, but Dallas said he may not be able to make the next meeting, so we can coordinate that and get you on the schedule. That would get us through the end of the year on programs, since we don't have to do one in December, and definitely something I think everybody would be interested in. All right, let's see, Chasen was in and out, so that brings us to the bottom of the check-in list. Are there any other stations that would like to check in? Please call. Okay, and I said that'd take us to the end of the year, and there's four months instead of 3 to cover, so that was brain fade on my part. We'll give one more call for other stations that would like to check in. Please call. Okay, does anyone have anything else for the net before we close? Okay, just a quick reminder from me. You can play the net back afterwards on YouTube, and if you want to hear how your audio sounds from my vantage point, then get a little feature to do. You can either type in Bristol Amateur Radio Club on YouTube, and you should find us right at the top of the list. Or if you're on Facebook and on the club's Facebook page, there'll be a link to this net and other nets in the postings on the page. All right, we had a total number of 13 check-ins, counting net control this evening. Thanks to everybody that checked into the net. This is N4NT closing the Bristol 2-meter net at 9:22 p.m. and returning the W4UD repeater back to normal amateur use. 7-3 and good night.